All right, so we are here for episode 3. We're going to be starting a new kind of series that we're probably going to do probably like once a month, once every other month. Unpopular opinions. Today we'll do overrated and underrated animes. Uh, just need to clarify, these aren't going to be our most overrated and underrated animes. These are just currently one of our most overrated ones and underrated ones. Because I'm sure, just like me, you have a whole bunch on your
Mhm.
list.
Yeah, no, yeah, I do. I got a couple, man. A couple that strongly stand
Yes,
out to me.
yeah. So we'll do one each, and then maybe at the end we'll throw in like some honorable mentions. Ones that you aren't 100% sure yet. Because I got a few that I wanted to put on this list, but it's either like a continuing series or I haven't watched enough of it. But yeah, man. Do you want to get started on this one?
Actually, I was gonna say I'm trying to pull up my notes right now. If you want to start this one tonight, it'd be perfect.
All right, yeah, I'll start this one. So I picked the anime I picked. Is unfortunately, one of my favorite animes. It's actually like one of the first like non-mainstream, like non-big three one that I watched, and that one's gonna be Sword Art Online, right? These guys right here. Um,
Kirito.
yeah, man, this one was a tough one for me to put on just because the current season is really good. The
Mm.
only problem with that current season too is that it's not done yet. They took like that mid season hiatus thing,
Yeah,
so and they can completely ruin it, um, which they're known to do.
I completely agree with why this is on your list because for me, I don't understand why with Sword Art Online in particular, these breaks keep consistently happening.
Yeah. So for those who, for some reason, aren't familiar with Sword Art Online, I do recommend watching it. Like, it is a really good anime. In terms of I don't know, like animes, like pretty good action scenes. Don't go there for crazy character development, or if you want like a original plot, it's definitely not an original plot at all. If anything, it's the most overused plot in like anime history of being stuck in a video game. So here, let me just give you a quick explanation for this. So uh, it essentially evolves around Kirito, who I can't for some reason can't remember his real life name, but it's like really close to that.
Yeah,
Um,
it's practically the same thing. I'm same with you. I can't recall the name itself.
yeah, I can't recall, but basically what happens is he's like really into video games, and there's like this new thing called Nerve Gear that comes out, which essentially you like put it on your head. It's like a VR that we have now, and essentially it logs you into the game where you like full control of the character, and it looks like you're there. It
Mm.
just you feel like you're there. So essentially, he puts it on, and it's like during the beta phase, and he's pretty much a loner. He grinds on his own, becomes super strong, gets all these crazy like myths. He becomes like a mythical creature almost, and then something happens, and all the players get locked into the game, unable to log out, and they're completely locked. And um, Big Boss Man shows a little image, comes down, gives a brief explanation, like, yeah, if you die here, you die in real life, and that's like a really good like a really good hook right there, especially for a first episode where
Yeah,
you
no,
pull. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say for me the same. That first episode hooked me in too with that. Like if you die here, it's it. That's
Yeah,
it. There's no. You wake up in real world. You're stuck. You're
yeah,
trapped.
you're trapped. Yeah, so the main villain is Heathcliff, who's pretty much the designer. Uh, Heathcliff is actually why it was my favorite anime for a long time,
Mm.
just because he was a really good villain in terms of like he built this world, and he like had goals. He knew exactly what he wanted, and he was still cynical in the way he did. Like, it's really good. He's a really good antagonist, which also is the reason why the rest of the seasons don't work, because the rest the rest of the antagonists are just not or just not Heathcliff, right? No, I mean, and it's pretty so. Another reason too that it slowly became more overrated for me is because there's some other animes that came out before it who had the same concept. Your Log Horizons,
Right.
your hacks, right? So I watched Log Horizon actually pretty recently, and I watched Hack right after I watched Sword Art Online. And I feel like if you take the best parts of all three animes and you put them together, that'd be the perfect video game anime. So like, have you seen Hack?
I've never seen Hack in order. Like I've seen episodes in random spots.
Okay. So again, for those who haven't seen Hack, it's pretty much the same concept, except this time it's only one guy who gets trapped into a game. Everyone else can still log in, log out. So of course the main dude becomes super OP because he realized he can't leave. But the only thing is, when he wakes up in the game, he like doesn't remember who he is or anything. But it also man, it just gets super weird because you find out like it's actually a girl, but her character is a guy. But she, dude, this anime has almost like Hack has almost no action for like a weird fighting RPG game. There's like no action to this, but the twists and the turns and the character development are
It sounds crazy.
It's so good, yeah, because it's a loner, and like eventually people want to help this person because they realize, yo, this dude isn't logging out the game, so everyone's like, hey, we should try to help this guy, and it's super crazy. It'll take too long for me to explain exactly what it is, but if you're looking for a game looking for an anime with like really good twists and turns in the plot and really good character development, then Hack is the way to go. Log Horizon, on the other hand, has a really good concept, but almost zero character development. Have you seen Log Horizon?
No, but that's what I've heard. I heard it wasn't. It's not a show that I can like jump into easily. Like it's something I have to be interested in the story.
Yeah.
And for me, just the whole concept of main characters getting stuck in the game and being super OP, it kind of got tired out.
Yeah.
With style for me.
So this is why I like Log Horizon, because the only way you would become OP in Log Horizon is if you like trained in the game, because everyone who got stuck in the game is already maxed out their level. So when they get there and when they get trapped in there, they realize like the cap is removed, so you can actually get stronger. But the cool thing about Log Horizon is that, and it sounds weird for an anime, but it's very realistic. So it's like they get trapped in the anime, but then they have to like make their own government, make their own laws, figure out a currency system. It's what would actually happen if all of us got stuck in a video game. Like after a while, they realized, hey, if we're gonna be here for a while, we should probably make this into a real thing.
We got some common sense.
Yeah, that's everything that like Sal and Hack like miss. Like everyone just forgets that like, yo, like your real life bodies are over there somewhere. Like if you're stuck here, you might as well make a life out of it.
Right.
So that's what Log Horizon does. The only problem with Log Horizon is just action's bad. The characters don't develop. But anyway, back to Sal. So those.
Anyways, I'm gonna ahead and talk over about my unpopular opinion of an overrated anime.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me just say this disclaimer. I like this show myself. I just don't think it's as good as everyone makes it seem to be. In this past season that they had with the shows, to me, the ending was absolutely horrible.
Okay.
Terrible. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say this: One Punch Man. Yeah. I'm kind of getting tired of, Saitama just blowing everybody away. I really want to see him fight somebody. Just because the ending of the first season, it left us wondering, like, all right, we thought he fought someone capable of fighting Saitama, and we didn't get that. So we'd hope we get a second season. Second season comes out, we're just gonna make fun of another show. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, what? Like, what is One Punch Man still good at this point?
But I mean, that's the whole point of the show, right? Is to make fun of the other shows. So like, I personally feel like they did a fantastic job of making fun of My Hero, which is obviously what they're making fun of in this second season. did it end terrible? Yeah. I mean, no.
Horrible.
I mean, if you didn't read the description for the episode, you wouldn't know it was a season finale.
Man, I waited faithfully like 3 weeks checking my Hulu.
Yeah, same here, man. That was rough.
Nothing. And I said, all right, let me just go to the internet and see what's up.
Yeah, but Garu was a really good villain.
Right. Like I said, I liked the show, the season itself. But the character development with Garu, this new anti-hero, was ridiculously good.
Yeah. So what makes you not like the season then?
Because it was just so far left of what I was hoping to get. You know what I mean? Like I expected for season 2 to make fun of shows with entertaining us with the development of Saitama still. Like we know he's the strongest in the world, but who's gonna step up to that plate? And test the man.
Yeah, I just don't think it's that kind of anime. Like you can just tell by the different, like the same trope they're doing, where they'll like let somebody fight a bad guy for like 2 episodes, and you're like, man, this is a really good fight, and then Saitama just pops up and punches him in the face, and it's over.
Right.
Like I don't know, that's just classic One Punch Man to me.
Right. I would not want that to change because the comedic timing in the show is gold. With just all the one punches, Saitama standing there blank face, like like it's needed, it's wanted, but I don't know. I guess I'm part of the people who feel like, that's what we're here for, Saitama.
Okay, yeah, and he was kind of absent from it because he went off to that karate tournament.
Right.
I think it was like the karate tournament. That was weird. Yeah. Okay. The more I talk about it, yeah. The more I talk about it. Hold on, didn't you send me a picture with the wig? I need to. Let's put.
So yeah, that's my unpopular opinion for an overrated show, man. Like I'm starting to feel like I've had it. Let's see this wig Saitama, man.
Yeah. Let's see wig Saitama.
Yeah, show me wig Saitama, man.
Oh, you gave me a GIF. Whatever. If I can play that, it'll be kind of small though. Maybe just make it bigger so everyone can see that. You don't like that hair?
No, man, that fro ain't getting it done for me. That fro ain't getting it done for me.
Oh man. Okay. One Punch Man, huh? So you just say just season 2?
Yeah, just season 2 of the show.
You?
Yeah.
Have you watched all of Sal?
Yeah, I've watched everything for Sal, man. I'm up to date, man.
How'd you feel about that that in between thing they did with GGO, the GGO alternative?
I didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it? See, mm-hmm. So that was good, man. Like I liked the expansion on the GGO world.
Mm-hmm.
Like that Gun Gale Online, man. It's pretty legit. Like the game was terrible, which I wish it was better. No, you didn't like Gun Gale Online?
No, man. The pink P90 didn't get it done for me, man.
From the alternative?
Yeah, man. I wasn't. I was just like, oh no, I'm like, they're going Call of Duty on me. I'm not feeling this, man.
She named it P-chan though. It was P-chan. In Japan they made a pink P90 and they sold it just because of that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man,
yeah. I kind of wish Sal was better.
P90.
Pink P90, man. P-chan. All right. What do you got? I'll let you go for underrated because I feel like my underrated is something you've heard me say a lot.
So my underrated is gonna be one I've told a bunch of people to watch, but yet they still haven't watched the show. Rising of the Shield Hero. Now this show is kind of similar to like Log Horizon and Sal. This kid he's in a library. First episode, he's in a library, picks up a book, and he gets transported to this other world. Now in the world, the people in this fake world, they summon these people, these heroes is what they're called, these heroes, to this land to fight against like a demon clock, like where it's just wave after wave of battling. So this guy, so there's four random kids. They don't know each other. They're all from Japan. They're all about the same age, 15 to 18 to 20. And this kid gets deemed the shield hero. There's a spear hero, there's a sword hero, and like an arrow hero.
Bow hero.
Or bow, yeah. Um, from Get, the shield hero is hated by everybody due to this princess. Um, she set this dude up, man, day one. From day one, she claimed that he raped her and took her clothes and all types of stuff. And she asked him for a favor. He went to help, and she set him up. Fast forward, the whole kingdom hates him now. And now he has to travel alone in this world by himself. He's stuck there. The only way he can get back to Earth is if they beat the wave.
Yeah, all the waves, right?
Right. They have to defeat all the waves. There's no way that's going to happen if everybody hates you.
Mm-hmm.
No one's on your team. To me, that kind of stuck with me, man, because you see this guy, and the character's name is Naofumi. You see the resentment he starts to build up against the country and the land. You know what I mean? He starts to feel like, why me? You know what I mean? Why does the world hate me? What did I do? I didn't ask to be brought to this world. You know what I mean? Just how I guess, like, growing up at times you feel like when you're down in your luck, you're like, why me?
Yeah.
Easily relatable. And it got me, man. It's one of the for the new seasoned animes. I have it high on my list.
Okay.
I have it high on my list.
Is it safe to say, without trying to get too political here, that the reason you like Naofumi is because he reminds you of a black kid? Like, they should have made Naofumi black. Like, is it okay to say that? Because that's how I feel watching it.
So I was going to ask you, why do you feel like that, man? Explain to me, please.
Because, man, like, the same frustrations you have, the same frustrations that Naofumi have, man, he goes through it. He's literally like, yo, I just saved the world. And you're like, nah, dude, that lady just said you raped her. Like, nah, what are you talking? That wasn't me. I don't know. All shield heroes are bad. Remember, there's a whole church against the shield hero. I don't know, man. That sounds too familiar to me.
Walks like a duck, talks like a duck.
It might as well be a Latter-day Saint.
Right. I don't know, man.
Because he literally does no wrong at all.
See, I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't watched the show. Because to me, I feel like if you're new to anime as well, it's definitely a show I highly recommend to watch if you need something to start off on. But I don't know. I can't. I can't. I don't know. I can't.
No?
PJ.
No. Okay. No, I just threw it out there. Just something I thought about. I think about it every time I watch Naofumi, man. I'm just like, dang, man.
Because I want to explain why I can't go there, but I don't want to ruin the show.
Well, you're not going to ruin the show. It's fine. Just watch it. If you give a really good point, I'm pretty sure people would watch it anyway.
Okay, so the reason why I can't say that is because Naofumi goes through like rigorous training. He doesn't realize he can't gain any experience.
Yeah.
With the training that he's doing.
Yeah.
There's no way for this shield. There's no way for this shield to do damage in this video game based world. And this guy goes out training with these little demon balls things, gets no XP, kills a bunch of them, gets no XP, and then you see these other heroes leveling up. They're level 30, they're maxed out practically for whatever the cap is at the time. And then Naofumi meets this slave trader, and that's when things start to turn for the show for me. Like, he meets a slave trader and he buys this demi-human her freedom. So with that, this kind of I didn't sit well with me because then it became like a master and a slave thing, and um, that wasn't a relationship though. It was more of like a partnership. He trained this demi-human to attack and like defend herself to be his sword. For in order for him to gain experience, he had to rely on someone else and gain companionship to level up, which I thought was cool because I think as humans we're communal animals. So what I mean, like I said, it made another connection for me. Like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah,
This has some substance to the show. It's not just some fantasy kind of stupid thing, you know.
I agree.
Um, and then he ends up doing it. So the show goes on. He beats people. You know what I mean? They start to gain experience. He gets put into another similar situation where he has to save somebody. The country still hates him. He's fighting the waves, doing it with just this one person. So they're doing they're taking out a little chunk to a lot to a bigger problem. He gets put in another situation where he gets an egg from the slave trader and it becomes a girl, and this girl is like a bird. Kind of really far out.
Yeah. That part's hard to explain. Like, yeah, she's a
Right.
bird, but she's actually like a tiny little girl.
Right. It's really
But
far out. But this girl ends up being really useful to him. So now this guy is getting another bad rap while he's doing all this good in this country. He's getting a bad rap of taking little girls hostages.
yeah, but that's just the way it looks. Make sure you say
Right.
that part. It looks like he's taking these girls hostage, but it's all stemming from the fact that they think this guy is like a villain. That's all it stems from. Spear Hero got a clan full of all girls.
Yeah,
That's what I'm telling you, man. This show is America.
Man, oh my god. Yeah, the Spear Hero. For those watching, you'll see exactly why I say the dude is the dumbest character in the show, man.
For sure. Even the other heroes started to catch on after a while.
Dense.
But that Spear Hero, man, he might as well be named Kyle. I'm just saying, man.
That's
No, gotta save the kingdom. That's what my lady said.
That's terrible, man.
But yeah, no, it's a really good show. I watched it all the way up to that break they had, and then I haven't had time to finish. I just keep forgetting.
Right. The problem with the show right now, it's on a break. It's on a little hiatus.
I thought it's back.
No, it still hasn't started yet.
Really?
I've been looking for it. I haven't been seeing it up in the update.
In that case, I'm caught. So the last thing I saw was that thing come out the sky, right? That was the last fight. I can't remember now. It's been way too long.
The last fight was so now Fumi and like these and his heroines, sidekick things, whatever you want to call them. They're fighting this guy they used to be partnered up with, and his name's Lark.
Oh yes, I'm not caught up then. No.
Yeah, so that was the last thing that happens, and then you end up finding out that there are heroes from other worlds also in the same world that they're in, and the only way that they can get out of their world is if they kill the heroes from this world. Yeah, it gets weird.
Yeah, see, I think, I mean, I passed this part already, but I think they insinuated that when they talked to, what are they called? They're called fluvias, those bird things.
Mm-hmm.
It was like that fluvia princess.
Yeah.
When they asked her for help, and she said, "You guys aren't the only place in the world going through this."
Right.
So yeah, I guess that's what I kind of thought too. I was like, oh, I wonder if there's other heroes.
Right, and that's what I thought was pretty cool too, man. It's far out. Like you don't see that in other animes with having like the multi-dimensional worlds in this game world.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. I'd recommend to watch it. To everyone out there.
What's your if you on your underrated show list? What's your opinion, man?
All right, so my underrated show is a show that I will not stop talking about until somebody else besides me watches this show.
Christ.
You're shaking your head because you know what I'm talking about. Bento. Look, I am going to go through what this show is about, You guys are gonna shake your head like Elijah is, but I also need to let you guys know it's only 12 episodes. The manga keeps going, but they're only doing these 12 episodes. You can watch 12 episodes. That's like 3 days for a casual watcher, 1 day for us, two if you got some days off. Right? You can burn through this, and it's good. The first episode will hook you. It's a really good. So here, let me go through it. So, all right. So the main protagonist of the show, his name is Yo Sato. He's a freshman in high school, and like for whatever reason, he just like doesn't have any money to eat. I don't know. So he goes to like a local supermarket after school, and he's like looking around. Food's too expensive, and he finds like a half-price bento, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go. Perfect. I'm gonna grab one of these." But like is wondering why people keep looking at him as he goes to grab it. So as he goes to grab it, he just gets whooped, like just stomped out, right? Like just immediately handled, right?
Oh man.
So then after he gets handled, like this girl walks by him and pretty much tells him like, don't ever come to the supermarket again.
So on the first episode, this kid gets beat up for no reason, just for buying lunch.
I'm literally just gonna talk about the first episode because like the premise is literally just the first episode. Yeah, so yeah, he tries to buy a half-price bento. He gets stomped out. Doesn't work out. So next day, he meets like some other girl. She's super not important. She's the Sakura of this show. I don't remember her name. Just don't pay her any mind if you watch it. She's like writing a novel. That's why she's following him around. Unimportant. Let's not talk about it. So he goes back the next night, even though this chick walked by and said, "Don't you ever come back to the supermarket again," right? Mm-hmm. So he comes back again. And this time he's like, all right, maybe I'll try something different, right? So he like grabs it and tries to run, boom, stomped out, right? So for whatever reason, he's just like he figures out who he figures out who that girl was who told him not to come back. Mm-hmm. He thinks it's this girl he goes to school with that he had a crush on, but he's like, nah, I mean, why would she be at a supermarket beating people up, right? So he goes the third day and he decides, I'm gonna be super strategic. I'm gonna hang back. I'm gonna wait for the fight to start, and then I'm gonna see what's going on, why people are fighting over these boxes. Mm-hmm. So he sits back and he like watches the people fight. He doesn't really see an opening to grab a box, and then he just sees like this chick just destroying people. Like she's just like walking through dudes, and he finds out it's like this girl named Sen Yarazui, who he goes to school with. So he watches her and she like beats everybody up, right? So he thinks that, oh yeah, she beat everybody up. I'm gonna go grab my bento, right? So he grabs the bento, and then as he grabs it, like she grabs it, and they stand in front of each other, right? And then she proceeds to just wipe the floor with him, right? Dude, this is all the first episode. I'm telling you, you gotta watch this, right? Wipes the floor with him.
So this little girl just
mollywops him.
Okay.
Right, but then afterwards says, "Hey, come to this room later after school, and we'll talk." Right, so she shows up at the room, and she pretty much has a club called Half Price Bento Club, right? Which is people, it's disguised as people who like half price bentos, but it's really like a fight club. But it's but it's just a team. But for some reason, it's just Sen. Right, you'll find out later why it's just her. But essentially, she like trains them and everything, and then the rest of the series is about him getting better as a fighter. But I'm telling you, man, these fights are fantastic. The issue I have,
I cannot.
Yeah,
I just don't get why,
dude. And it's good to
fight over lunch. It's
but
it's like, all right, when we go to the store today, we're gonna get the deluxe Lunchables.
Yeah. Now you got to fight for it.
That's crazy.
But it's only over the high price bentos. So it's like a long running tradition in every supermarket. So the good thing about this anime is that it doesn't take itself serious. Like it's not like this is a super serious thing.
So is it in a way kind of comedical like a One Punch?
Yeah, it's super comedical, and they throw fight scenes. So every group of people. So most people show up to these supermarkets in groups, in packs, right? Mm-hmm. So the packs are divided by wolves and dogs. The wolves are going to be like the most experienced fighters. Most of the times, the pack of dogs are people who don't fight fair, who people don't usually want to associate with and try to avoid, right? So every brawl, though, for bento boxes has 4 rules. It's rules everyone follows no matter what, right? So the first rule is Every brawler must wait for the bento section. Must wait away from the bento section until the god of discounts is done putting stickers on, which is pretty much just the worker, right?
Uh-huh.
And the fight can't start until the worker gets into the break room and the door closes. Right. So most of these god of discounts are like former brawlers or like super OGs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like started this, right? So rule number 2: once a brawler has their hand on the bento box, they cannot be attacked. So as soon as you grab one, you're free to go.
I have to ask, man, what in the world does this supermarket store look like, man?
No, so it's not just one supermarket; it's every market in Japan or in Tokyo or whatever city they're in. And yeah, dude, and it's divided by like west and east. So there's east teams and there's west teams, and they usually and they stay on their own turf. Like it's crazy, right?
Okay.
So if you're really so there's two more rules, right? Then the other 2 rules are super simple. You're only allowed to grab one box, and you're only allowed to hit the brawlers, not the boxes. So like if someone goes to reach for one, you can't hit the box out of their hand. So those are the 4 rules. So all the top tier wolves all have nicknames, right? And the funny part about this, so all the nicknames sound pretty cool and like you're like, ooh, like super mysterious, right? So Senor Zui, her nickname is the Ice Witch. So you're like, oh, that's cool. She's the Ice Witch, right? But the only problem, and there's like another character, her name is Beauty by the Lake.
Beauty by the Lake.
Yeah, right. So they all have like super mysterious names. The funny part about it is that you only get a nickname when something like embarrassing or something stupid happens to you. So her nickname is Beauty by the Lake because she once she like won a bento box and she was known to like win it and then one time and eat it by the lake, and then one day she ate it and then like passed out and like slept there overnight. So like in like a weird funny position where everyone made fun of her. So they called her the Beauty by the Lake.
Wow.
An Ice Witch. Her name was the Ice Witch because she got caught trying to steal Smirnoff Ice. Like, not even joking.
Turn up.
She tried to steal some Smirnoff Ice and she got caught. So they called her the Ice Witch.
Okay, yeah, no, I mean.
And the main character, right, has the most messed up name. I mean, it's not even a play on words or anything. His nickname is the Pervert.
Wow.
Because one of his best fights, he was late for because his cousin, like, it's gonna sound super weird, but his cousin stole all of his clothes. It's like left him in his room naked. She's super weird, man. Yeah. Right? So then the only clothes he can grab were like his sister's clothes. So he showed up to the supermarket in women's clothes, and then they called him the Pervert.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, man, there's like tons of humor, tons of action, pretty good character development for the main character and Sen. But it's not like deep or thought provoking at all. It's literally just a group of people fighting for bento boxes. But again, 12 episodes.
I think I'm gonna have to check that out, man, because it sounds so far out. It sounds like it'll be a great laugh. I'll get a great laugh off.
There is a fight where Yo, Sato, and Sen fight together, and I think Beauty by the Lake helps them out too. And they try to take out one of the main people from like the east or the west, whichever the opposite one is. Mm-hmm. And that sequence is the sickest sequence I've seen like in a while when I was watching it, just because it'll catch you off guard about how dope that fight sequence is. It's really good.
Okay.
If it wasn't over bento boxes, I would tell people it's a top fight scene. But they're fighting over bento boxes, so like I don't know, man. You can't compare a guy Madara fight to bento boxes. That's all I gotta say. But it's good, man. I also recommend people to watch that, and I can't stress this enough. It is 12 episodes. Just watch it. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. You know, if you don't like it, go watch Buku de Peppo. You know, and
is it so? It's pretty much like One Punch Man, but over. It's the concept is different just because they fight over.
Yeah, see, because One Punch Man is supposed to be satirical. Like, it's supposed to make fun.
Right.
The whole thing is making fun of people. This is just a dumb idea done well. It was just somebody who was like, yo, it'd be hella funny if we just all fought over these bento boxes. And one guy was like, yo, we should make that into an anime. All right, yeah, let's do it. It'd be kind of cool. And they were right. It was kind of cool.
You know what show I feel like is underrated? I'm not sure if it is, though. Mob Psycho 100.
Yeah, it's weird. I thought more people watched Mob.
Right, same. I thought it was crazy,
Dude, this second season.
crazy.
Ooh, when Mob finally hits 100 this
Oh
time.
man, oh man.
Ooh, I even like that the scene when the dude has the gun and he starts
Oh
trying
yeah.
to shoot him and it follows like the POV of the gun. Oh, yeah,
The
man.
animation this season was absolutely beautiful. The fight scenes were so captivating. It was choreographed excellently.
Oh, yeah, dude. It was.
Excellently.
I thought more people watched Mob. I was surprised when people never heard of Mob Psycho.
Right, right. And it's been a show I've been telling people to watch. I'm like,
Yeah.
if you like One Punch Man, which a lot of people which I know a lot of people do, you will like Mob. Mob is pretty much this on the same level in terms of
Yeah,
uh,
it's the same studio, right?
it's the same exact studio.
Yeah.
It's drawn exactly the same.
Yeah.
Um, except it's about a kid who's an Esper. Esper is a psychic. You know, like they're born with like telekinesis.
But he's like a weird kid.
Yeah, dude has a mad bowl cut, zero expression on his face, very stoic, very monotone. You know what I mean, in speech.
Yeah. What this season did really well was they gave Mob like a really good development when he was like figuring out that the other I can't think of his name now. His sensei.
Oh, Reagan.
Yeah, it was Reagan. Was like a phony.
Yeah.
But then you find out that he knew Raiden was a
whole time.
phony the whole time, man.
The whole time.
Dude, yeah.
Mob-
That was a good season, man.
Yeah, man. It was the show. Yeah, it's sad to think that it's wrapped up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
With 24 episodes.
Yeah. You know what else is I found out is an underrated episode underrated anime, which I thought tons of people were watching also, is Black Clover.
Whoa.
Not too many people like watch it. The people who watch it are like certified weebs. Like those are the only people I know who watch it. And I have like a couple friends who like dabble in anime here and there, and I've suggested Black Clover and they've watched it. But especially with this last fight that just happened. Like I know me and you went crazy about that.
Right. Oh man. Oh.
I know. And it's not even the best fight that's happened yet. Just because
Right.
I'm caught up on the manga. Like I know there's better fights coming.
God, this fight was so crazy, man. For those who are watching, I'm about to spoil it for you. If you aren't up to date, sorry. Lord have mercy. Asta and Yuno together, boy.
Yeah.
I felt all emotions drawn this week. You know what I mean? Like you felt like within these whatever count the episode is on, you feel like the years of training and companionship and camaraderie, you felt that all in this episode.
Ooh. Yeah, especially because like Yuno and Asta like grew up with each other, and you don't really know if like Yuno actually likes Asta, but but he's just like super mean to him all the time. But he does consider Asta his rival, and this had to be like they don't fight a lot together, but you can tell they grew up together.
Right.
Especially when we're like Yuno was like not yet. And we're all sitting there like, what is he waiting for? Like Asta's in the river, man. Like he ain't doing so well. It's like nah, not yet. And then he finally goes, now. He goes, now's about the time Asta passes his limits, and he just
Jesus.
The best part about that fight is that they lost.
Right. Right. And it's crazy because it builds you up thinking, oh, they're gonna do it. You know what I mean? They're gonna kill Lich.
And also remember when I was telling you about the manga before this episode happened, and Lich just walks up and takes the sword out of Asta's hand. Yo, that was cold.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was cold animated.
Mm-hmm.
He just popped up and was just like, mine.
Right. He was like, okay, you know what I mean? He like literally shook the dust off by blinking his eyes, man. Like he didn't lose anything.
He didn't lose anything.
Like he picked up right where he left off.
Yeah.
Killing all humans.
Yeah, I had somebody once tell me that they didn't like Black Clover because it was boring because there was too much fighting and not enough story.
Wow.
Because it's all fighting. Even when you get to the iconic beach episode that every anime has. It still ended up being a canon. Kinda.
Yeah, I would say kind of, man. I mean,
Kind of, because you got introduced to the water characters.
right, and you're never gonna see them again.
No, no. I mean, they showed up to that little festival, so maybe,
I doubt it.
Clover Kingdom's in trouble, man. Maybe he'll dance his way back over.
Have his sister sing to us, man.
Yeah. You have any like other like overrated ones?
Uh,
Quickly.
Overrated. You know me. I don't really have much to say about it. I'll repeat it again. Bleach, man, to me was an overrated anime. Like
Yeah,
the
Bleach is just hard to get through.
yeah, it's just to me, it's like I can't see the glory behind it. You know what I mean? For all the people who like Bleach, I personally can't get to the glory. I just it's
Yeah, it's also because like Ichigo is just covered in plot armor.
hmm
Like I don't know. You're right. I mean, it started off really good.
to me, it's just this show's overrated. It's I don't get how people, you know what I mean, like get offended when Bleach isn't referenced as a big three. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I don't get it. Bleach is nothing out of the ordinary for
yeah,
me.
yeah. My other one that's overrated, and I don't think it's like overly overrated to like the casual user. I don't even think the casual watcher even watches it. But I've watched I think like 3 seasons, and I just don't know when it's supposed to get good.
Mm.
As Gintama,
See, I completely agree with you.
I don't. I mean, I guess it's funny. Like someone once told me, it's like the Family Guy version for anime with like those kind of tropes, but I don't see it.
Now I get that, and I think that's just us being Americans, like just the
Yeah,
humor difference between Japanese and Americans. To me, it's a show I would never. I watched like the first 50 episodes, and I'm like, yeah, this was a waste of time.
yeah, because you don't know what the show is supposed to be because it'll be
Right. I
funny,
don't know what
but
this is
then
about.
what's his name? I can't even
Gintoki.
think. Yeah, Gento would like all of a sudden start fighting and get really serious, but then like something funny would happen. I don't know. I just wasn't very good.
Right. I definitely agree. Overrated. One thing I do have to say about the show, though, that I do like, the fight scenes on this show are bananas.
Yeah, I'll give him that.
Like drawn and edited and animated beautifully.
Yeah, I agree on that one.
Everything else is like, it's like, oh, okay.
And what I find is super weird, and it's not like a huge thing anyway, and I know you don't care, but excuse me, I was like watching Gintama, and I was like, all right, well, I think if it's supposed to be funny, I don't think I could watch it subbed. Like I for some reason I don't laugh as hard when a show is supposed to be funny and stuff because I feel like a lot of comedy is in delivery, right?
I no, I completely agree with that.
So I tried to watch it dubbed because I was like, oh, okay, they dubbed it. Why did Funimation just dub like season 5 only? I'm not even joking. They never dubbed like 1, 2, 3, and I think 4.
That is absolutely terrible.
They only dubbed in the middle of the series.
That's terrible.
Yeah, and then that's the season where it stops being a comedy and starts getting super serious. And it's like, why would you dub that?
Wow. So you don't understand what's going on in the show.
No.
Yeah, another reason why I mean Gintama's overrated, folks.
Yeah.
Don't waste time.
Yeah, I know there's gonna be a bunch of like otakus and weebs out there who think I'm crazy, but I don't know.
Right. Sorry. Not for us, apparently.
It's not very good. You know what show I wanted to pick for overrated, but I think it had too many. It had more positives than negatives I can think of, and like I argued with myself for a long time. Was My Hero, because it's
Hold on. Wait. I don't think you saw that reaction.
yeah, like
Shout out Russell Wilson, cause you tripping.
because obviously it's really good, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Deku Bachan fight, the Kachan fight. Fuck, Bakugo got Kachan. The Deku, yeah, pick a nickname.
Right, pick one.
The Deku and Kachan fight, the second one, is hands down one of my favorite fights. It's not the best fight I've ever watched, but it's hands down my favorite fight I've watched.
Okay.
But honestly, can you give me any more memorable moments?
Ooh. See now,
Can you tell me anything about the main protagonist? Can you tell me any kind of conflict we have going on ever?
he has moral conflict going on.
Okay. All right,
Think about
Elijah.
his self, man. He doesn't know how to use his power. He got blessed with this incredible power and doesn't know how to use it. Wasn't properly trained on how to use it.
Yeah. Okay. So you just described Naruto. Keep going.
Oh, I might just. Does every time Naruto punch a wall, does his arm shatter? Does his bone shatter?
No, but every time he tried to make a shadow clone, it came out retarded and dead.
It just goes to show he had no worth ethic.
Yeah. But he worked
He
at
didn't
it.
try. He didn't try. He
But the
just.
whole time Naruto was doing something, he still had a villain. There was always someone trying to get something from him.
Right, he was fighting. What's that guy? Shinigami or what's that guy's name? The whole time when he was at the school.
Yeah, but it's just so confusing when I mean no. So I'm not trying to argue this is a bad anime. I'm just saying there's things that just aren't as solid as they should be. Like this whole villain group, cool. Dobby is dope. What's his name? Shika, whatever, hands on
Yeah,
the face.
right.
Right. Toga is waifu of the year for me. Um, but they just like I
You
don't
think
know,
of
man. It's
they're all
just
kids. They're all kids.
yeah.
No one's said yet. They're all experienced. We're pretty much going through the tuning exams with this show. If we're referencing, because you made a Naruto reference earlier.
Yeah. Do you want to watch the
That was in the
tuning?
tuning
Do
exam.
you want to watch 3 seasons of tuning exams? Because that's what we get with My Hero.
We're geared up, my hero. We're geared up for some action, baby.
Yeah.
Jordan's gonna go on the field, man.
In between some classes, it's the same trope every season. It's let's do some training. Here we get this big event coming up. We're all gonna compete. Halfway through the event, here comes the villain. Boom.
Hey.
Season 1 done. Here's season 2. Wow, that was crazy.
Who's to know
Hey,
what's going
let's
on?
do this event.
For
Oh, the
those
event's
who-
good. Oh, here
For
it
those who are
comes.
reading the manga, don't spoil this. But who's to know what's to come for season 3? Who's to know that the school doesn't get blown up? You know what I mean? They have to shut down the UA society.
I know. Well, again, this is why I'm saying like I didn't put this as overrated, but it's very close. I know it gets better. I know people reading the manga,
man.
but I've also had people who read the manga who told me there are some really bad arcs that everyone is going to ignore.
Lord.
There's some bad arcs and people are gonna pretend they're good.
Oh Lord.
So I know which ones they are. I'm not gonna say anything. But I was just gonna watch them. But
You just suffer with the rest of us, huh?
yeah, I'll suffer with you guys.
Right.
But that's
You're a
just
good man.
yeah. And you know what? Another anime. I'm just gonna keep going.
Yeah, go for it, man.
And also let you know when I edit this, I'm probably gonna cut a lot of this out for YouTube.
No, it's all good.
But that's why people should watch this on Facebook because you get the unedited,
Right. You get the
long
raw
version. You get the raw,
you
uncut.
get the real deal.
Yeah. So another one that got saved by the second half of the season was Attack on Titan. If Attack on Titan never finished season 3, we would all be sitting here right now saying how terrible the anime was compared to the manga.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The end of season 3
I agree
saved
with that.
the whole series. Because season 2, everyone is going to ignore. No one's going to talk about season 2. No one cares about where Connie grew up.
Nah, man.
Dude, season 2 was so bad.
She's an infantry soldier, man. We don't need to know about every soldier.
We did in season 2. Everybody had a backstory. Oh, I gotta go save my village.
Now Kanye was the first to get caught and wrapped up, man. What you need to know about her? The weak link. Then you got the other two. Was it Bernadette and what's the other guy's name?
Bertrand and I don't know. And
Right, you got those two. They at least made it to the the ape Titan, whatever it is.
Beast Titan, right?
Beast Titan, yeah.
Yeah.
They at least made it that far to where we could find out who they are. You know what I mean? Get some backstory. She got caught so early, there was no point of us even needing to know who she is or find out what it was about her.
And then it got good. If it wasn't for the end of season 3, where you watched Levi turn into one of my favorite characters in anime.
Yo, let's go off topic real quick. Levi?
Ooh.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, Midget Mac.
Man.
Midget Mac, man. Dude is about 5 foot nothing.
Yeah. So anyone who was like, "Oh, I've never watched on Attack on Titan," go on YouTube, type in Levi versus Beast Titan, and just watch that scene, and it'll make you watch the whole series, because it all led up to, oh, dude, Levi went to work.
Yeah. The determination is what gets me though, man.
There's a reason why they were warning Beast Titan dude about Levi.
If there was a show, if they did like a side show, you know how like most of these animes they'll do like the little after show, the little cute stuff. If they did something like that, but not cute with Levi, just a show about Levi.
So there's a cute version. There's already an Ichi version of it.
Oh, see.
Yeah, it's Attack on Titan Junior High. Yo, I can't believe you never heard of this. So, I've watched a few episodes of this. So, they're in school, right, behind the wall. On the other side of the wall is a school of Titans. So the Titans come over, but they don't eat people. You know what they want?
What?
Your lunch. I'm not even joking.
What's up with you and these people fighting over bento boxes, man?
Dude, they climb over the wall and they steal people's lunches.
That's terrible.
It's adorable.
That's terrible.
Yeah, and they're tiny little Ichi characters, and Levi is always cleaning because that's his thing.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, if they did a show about Levi and Titans, a little sub show, that'd be sick.
That would be dope.
I'd for sure be in tune, man. I feel like he's an interesting enough character to have something like that about.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Do you have any shows that's underrated? I like your overrated, but do you have anyone last one that's underrated?
Last one underrated. Kinda. It's a new one. It's going on live right now. I actually need to watch the newest episode that just came out. It's called, let me get this part right. I think it's called Isekai Cheat Magician.
Oh yeah.
I told you to watch it. Again, it's two people stuck in a different world, but they were summoned.
These plots, man.
Oh man, I mean, there's not too much, not too many other things going on in the anime world right now. but Isekai Cheat Magician is pretty good. I don't know much about it yet. It's still going on right now. I watched. Nah, that wasn't very good. I was gonna say.
Man, you got me excited for something.
I know. I was excited, and then it ended bad. This first season ended bad. It was Wise Man's Grandchild.
Okay.
Started off cool. It was interesting. The first episode will make you watch the second one because you don't know where it's going. So essentially, the wise man is Merlin.
Okay.
Merlin finds a kid on the side of the road, ends up raising it, teaches him how to be a magician like him.
Mm-hmm.
But the kid is super smart, and he just starts making his own magic basically. So he's like 14, and he's super OP, already the strongest person in the world. And then Merlin goes, "Oh, it'd be cool if you went to school." I don't know. I mean, that's just how it went. You should go to school to be a certified musician. And meet people, and
See, I thought I might be getting this confused with another show. I thought that show was about some mage falling in love with another mage or something like that.
No, but that's what it turns into. That's why it's like and then like he meets his girl and he like saves her, and then like.
Now is that the grandchild that does it?
Yeah, the grandchild does it.
Okay, see now knowing that, now it's something I definitely could check out now.
Yeah. No, it's good. The fight scenes are pretty cool. The magic he comes up with is crazy. So it's good. It ended, and you're kind of like, that was a.
How many episodes?
I think it's like your 12 episodes, 16 episode season.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, it's not that bad. You have another.
Like an introductory thing for people.
Yeah, it's not too bad. You have another one?
For over or under?
Go under.
Underrated? Well, I talked about this previously as well. The time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's just for people who don't watch anime, who haven't watched an anime, um, it just has a really good story. You know what I mean? Just somebody who works their ways up, and it's kind of a similar plot to the Rise of the Shield Hero, but um, except this main character isn't hated by everybody.
Yeah.
So the show starts out with again someone who gets transported into a game world or another world. They get this power, and the power literally is to absorb other things and to take parts of their trait. It sounds bad starting off, but once the show gets started and you start to pick up on character development, that's when
Yeah.
picks up.
This is a show that you can't be like, I'm gonna watch
Right.
2 episodes and see if I like it.
Right.
No,
You
because
gotta watch the
because
first 10.
yeah, because I did that. I watched 2 episodes and I was like, dude, this is dumb.
Right. I started the show. It took me 3 times to watch it, to actually finish and stick through and like start liking it. Because I was recommended the show by another friend of mine, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll check it out. First 2 episodes, I'm like, oh, this is dry, man. I can't do this. Like, and he tells me, oh, it gets better. Try it again. Nothing. Third time, I stuck with it. Struck gold, man.
Let's see. Another underrated one I have is I don't know if it's underrated because everyone I know who watches it likes it. Like I don't know anyone who hates this one, but I also don't know a lot of people that watch it. It's Agami Got Kill.
And you said it's overrated?
Underrated.
Okay, I was about to. Yeah.
Underrated.
Oh yeah.
Underrated.
We were about to have a debate on our hands.
No, no. I'll fight the person who says overrated.
Right.
And actually, so originally I was gonna change my selection away from Sal because I decided to look up what other people thought were the most overrated animes afterwards. Right, I didn't want to be influenced before I picked my whatever. Agami Got Killed popped up on some overrated ones.
As over?
Yeah, it popped up. So I was like reading it to try to see why, and a lot of people were complaining that the name of the show is Agame Got Killed, but she's not the main character. But it's also like we play off this dude as the main character, but spoiler alert, he doesn't even make it to the last episode. So like if you really break it down, there's a lot of issues with the show.
Right.
There's so many good things about the show.
Right. Which I agree, man, because I finished it myself.
Oh, I've watched it like 3 or 4 times already.
The fight scenes, and then I don't know if for those who watching who have siblings, the fight amongst the siblings, it hits home.
Oh yeah,
it hits home.
That's a good fight. Those are good fights.
Yeah,
Agami and her sister, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I definitely agree, man. Like that show is super underrated. I recommend it to a lot of people. I was recommending it myself, just like with the last show, but I took me forever to get into because the opening with the finding out about the kid, the MC who's supposed to be, I just couldn't get into him.
No.
But yeah, but like I said, we're not here for the show. That show's not there for him.
You have any like controversial overrated like my hero pick?
No, dude. Honestly, I don't, man. Because
I'm gonna beat the elephant in the room real quick. We're all thinking Dragon Ball, right? Nobody ever wants to say it because it's like trying to convince somebody that Jesus was black, right? Nobody wants to talk about it. We just accept that it happened, and we nod and smile and we say how great Goku is, right?
There's some things in life you just don't touch.
I know.
There's just things you just let it is what it is.
But it's funny too because all the things that are bad about Dragon Ball are like running gags for it. Like we all know it. Like we all do the on the next episode of Dragon Ball, right? Like we do that because we all know it takes 12 episodes for 2 punches to be landed. All right, we know that. There's no reason why the Buu saga was like 36 episodes. My favorite saga ever. But it was way too long of a saga. I'm probably wrong. It's not 36 episodes, so don't quote me on that, anybody. But it's a long saga, and you want to talk filler. Nobody does filler better or worse. Naruto and Dragon Ball could fight over filler, but at least Naruto's fillers were fights and training, and not Goku playing baseball or Gohan getting ice cream with future Trunks.
That's cold, man. There's just some things you don't touch and talk about. Dragon Ball Z is one of them.
I mean,
Without Dragon Ball Z, let me ask you this now. Without Dragon Ball Z, do you think you'd be as influenced to watch anime as you do now?
No way. But it's a good starter. But let me ask you this. So, what's one of your favorite animes right now? Top of your head right now. Favorite anime right now. Just pick something.
Let's go One Piece.
We'll go One Piece, right?
So
say someone came up to you and goes, "Oh, One Piece, it's really good, awesome. You wanna watch the first season with me? Would you watch it?"
Personally, yeah, I would.
Okay. Now, if I go, "Oh, Dragon Ball, never heard of it. You want to watch the first season of Dragon Ball with me?"
Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z?
Ball. From the beginning, just like how you would start One Piece from the beginning. You would start Dragon Ball from the beginning. Would you watch the first season of Dragon Ball Z?
I mean, I'd prefer that over Dragon Ball, man.
Yeah, I know, but still, you see where I'm going with this?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like I said, there's just some things you don't talk about, man. Like I know it's bad. I know it's ransacked with filler.
Oh,
we know.
Gohan became a superhero.
Akira Toriyama, to me, I feel like he's just been like, I'm going to ruin this show in the worst way possible, and it just keeps getting better and better.
Gohan also made that superhero into a movie within the show. I mean, I can just keep going about just how Toriyama was just he was a person who was like, "Yo, I'm trying to die. Why won't you let me die?" And we're like, nah, this is a really good show. Keep going. Actually, I want to see is Yamcha a really good pitcher? I guess we'll do a baseball episode. And Yamcha was the star pitcher. I'm just saying, man.
There's gonna be tons of hate.
Oh, I don't even know this part will make YouTube. I'm debating it right now, man. I might have to.
Great to read, man. I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't disagree with you. You know how I feel about Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball, but
yeah, you just don't talk about it.
Yeah, it's just like I said, it's one of those things. Just like Jordan, you know what I mean? We don't talk about how short Jordan's career was. You know what I mean? Like
okay,
and the competition that he played. You know what I mean? Like it's just one of those things. Just we don't talk about that. You know what I mean? You let something be. It's great. We know it's great. We know there's flaws and cracks around it, but
I mean, we can argue that, and this is the wrong channel for it.
Right.
But
NWA,
yeah, man, I'm seeing people, on the watch party I posted. There's a lot of people who are already mad of me putting up Dragon Ball.
Right, man.
But just like my homie Mark says here, you ain't wrong though. I'm not.
All right, like I said, no one's gonna disagree with it. It's just one of those things you don't do.
Yeah. There's just so many things wrong with Dragon Ball, and I just can't hate it.
Dragon Ball is like asking the question: Does pineapple belong on pizza? It's just a question you don't ask.
Dragon Ball right now is the Drake of animes. No matter what it puts out, it's gonna be on a shirt tomorrow. You're gonna watch clips and memes of it every day. But there's no way.
I think that's one of the best analogies I've heard in a long time.
Yes. Dragon Ball and Drake are the same. Everyone loves Drake, but everyone kind of hates Drake.
That's terrible.
Everybody loves Dragon Ball,
That's terrible.
but no one's gonna watch it again. No one's gonna talk about the Goku Black arc that didn't know how to end.
That was terrible, man.
So they snapped them away. Toriyama literally made a villain too strong, so he just erased them.
He made the villain Goku.
He made the
like that's how you know, man. The show, like to me, I'm just waiting for the day that Dragon Ball ends. Honestly, like I can't wait. You know what I mean?
So apparently the manga is doing a really good job right now, and we finally get to see some things that we have always wanted to see. So it doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon. This is probably going to be the last season of Dragon Ball, but we all know Dragon Ball seasons are like 200 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're coming to an end. I highly doubt Toriyama wants to do any more Dragon Ball. And hopefully he shuts it down before someone decides to do GT2.
Let me put a warning out there for the people who have not watched any Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Z Kai, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball GT. Watching that show is like committing to a relationship. There's going to be hundreds of episodes you got to watch that won't matter to the main story at all.
Like at all. So yeah, remember, I mean, Toriyama's...
It's a commitment.
He continuously tells you, like, I just forget about things that happen. He literally put out that he got rid of Goku's tail because he was tired of drawing it. Like, that was his whole explanation. People were like, what happened to his tail? And he was like, man, I ain't drawing that anymore, man. Just... he don't need that tail. we already did the giant ape thing, man. It's, you know, Krillin chopped the tail off. We'll leave it at that. Destructo disc.
You know what's crazy, man? Dragon Ball, for what we don't realize as Americans, Dragon Ball is like a stupid show for us. It's made by Toei, and Toei is like Japan's Disney Channel.
Oh yeah, for sure. Dragon Ball is definitely like Japan's like Marvel.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, hands down. Which is why Toriyama can't leave, because
he's trapped.
He's trapped.
He's held hostage, man. He can't leave the studio.
Nope. He can't.
But yeah, no, it just says though, man, because I'll wait for the day the Dragon Ball ends, man, because to me this story is just dragging on way too long. I mean, the thing's been out for 20 years.
It's just dragging on too long, man. I just don't want to.
These puns are terrible.
They're terrible. I don't want to see Jordan at 50 on a fast break hit a layup. I don't want to see Goku make his 20th transformation 4 years from now when he becomes Super Ultra Instinct Super Saiyan 4 Kai times 10 God mode.
Wait, hey PJ, I'm gonna go off of track again, man. Have you seen this Dragon Ball it's a made up thing on YouTube? It feels like Dragon Ball like.
You're talking about a bridge series, right?
No, it's not in the bridge series.
Oh,
it's supposed to be like what happens after like Z and GT if they're a canon.
But
it's like
is it actually made by them? Like, is it Dragon Ball Heroes? Is that what you're talking about?
No,
because Dragon Ball Heroes is beautiful. Besides the fact that they're 10-minute episodes.
How many episodes of Dragon Ball Heroes are there?
I don't know. I stopped after like 10. So
wow.
It's a lot. It's a lot. But it's pretty much it's like a fan service pretty much, man. They're just letting every Goku fight every other Goku versus everybody else.
That's dumb. So it's like Super Saiyan 4 Goku versus
yeah, no, seriously.
Goku.
Yeah, there's even a Galactic Patrol Goku.
Oh wow!
That runs around with the little robot thing.
Just a multiverse of Gokus fighting each other.
Yeah,
that sounds horrible. And you watched 10 episodes of this?
They're 10 minutes long, man. We watch series in days. Which
I get. I'm just asking a question, brother.
I can watch 10-minute episodes. Let's see. I guess we'll just keep talking, man. People are hopping on.
Yeah, I would say we went over the hour mark, so I
Yeah,
just
we can keep going.
right.
So I so something popped up today, right? It's all over social media and everyone's talking about it. Ash winning his quote unquote first
Oh yeah,
tournament. So I have an issue because I don't watch Pokemon anymore. That is if this episode was called the most overrated anime, it would have been Pokemon, right? I mean that's just the easiest. The episode would have been called Episode 3 Pokemon is the most overrated thing ever made. So I don't watch it anymore. But I do
hey,
know that season 2 of Sun and Moon, Ash did win the Orange League before this. I don't I don't know why we're ignoring it and we're crowning this his first ever league win because he won a league championship already.
Pokemon's just that bad.
I just feel like it happened. Nobody cared about it, so they were like, "We're gonna do it again, and we're gonna tell people it's the first one."
Right. Just, to me, like I said, Pokemon's just that bad. Like just how in the previous episode I mentioned before, Ash has never aged. Ash is like I'm gonna make a football reference. Ash is like the Atlanta Falcons, the biggest underachievers there ever will be.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like Ash has the, you know what I mean? His Pokemon's tight. His team, his roster will be tight. Get all the way to the championship, get smacked
Yeah.
every single time for 20 years.
For 20 years.
And let's not forget within those 20 years, he's never aged.
But what if we found out that this whole series spanned over the course of like 2 years?
Is it worth it at that point? I just don't get like why that'd be timed out poorly.
Yeah. The issue with Pokemon is that there's no arcs, which are very important in any show
Right.
to have arcs. There's just no arcs. There's kind of a villain, right? I guess every
To me, I feel like what you're hitting, you're great on talking about this and bringing this up. There's no premise to Pokemon. Like,
there's no premise to Pokemon. If there was in the beginning, Indigo League was really good. Indigo and what was after that?
Johto.
Johto League. Those are really good.
The,
That was fine.
the first two seasons, yeah.
First 2 seasons were fine.
Solid.
It was fine. I was okay with Ash losing to Richie. Was that his name?
Yeah.
Richie
Richie.
and the other Pikachu.
Hmm.
That was cool. Yeah, I get it. Whatever. And then Johto
Hey,
League. Yeah. Yeah, fine. Whatever.
dude, I've always hated the fact that Richie's Pikachu had like a little
Little Lloyd.
hair in the front. Just like that was the dumbest way to reference like his Pikachu was different.
Yeah. Um, yeah, there was just, no premise, just no story.
Right. The villains became
Yeah.
like anti-heroes after at one point.
What I think Pokemon missed out on is that I don't think that company knows who their target audience is. Because their anime is definitely for children,
Oh yeah.
but the games are being bought by us more than the children.
Right.
Like even like right now, there's a father out there who just bought Pokemon,
On
who
their Switch.
who is telling their kid, "No, you can't play. No, stop. There's only one game save. Get away." You know? Like imagine right now, man. Don't imagine like right now you have a kid, but imagine you had a kid, right? Different Elijah in universe 6, right? Has a kid right now. Finds your old Pokemon Blue game or Red, right?
Hmm.
Puts it in the Game Boy, and it hits new game.
Oh, I'd be yeah, you know
Oh,
I'm through the roof, man.
yeah, dude, that kid's getting AP'd out.
Yeah, man, he getting punted out the window, man.
Yeah, which means those games aren't for the kids, man. We buy them. So why don't they target their anime towards us? We would watch it. Hands down, we would watch it.
But it'd have to end. You know what I mean? Like it would have to end. There's no ending. That's the bad thing with Pokemon. Pokemon is too open. It's too wide.
Yeah, but there's
They're like the world, like they messed up and made this world too vast.
but see, so no, so I think the issue isn't they made the world too vast. The issue is that they made the world too vast and they've only talked about Ash.
I like where you're going with that.
If Ash wasn't the main, like, for any reason, if like Ash, I don't want to say dies. That's that would just ruin the world. It'd be the saddest day in the world if Ash died again.
If they just transitioned from focusing on Ash to another.
Yeah. So if it took like, oh man, this is just a bad example. If it took the Yu-Gi-Oh route, right?
Oh no. Oh no.
No, but I don't mean the Yu-Gi-Oh route in terms of like new versions of how you play Pokemon, but I just mean like it skips an era, right? Each Yu-Gi-Oh is in a different like point of time,
Okay.
right? I mean, they could have did that with Pokemon, and then that offers you to flash back. Then you could have had the second hero like walk into Ash. Then we can have this epic like Ash versus Blue fight. You know, like there's things they missed.
Right.
Because even
I agree.
Yu-Gi-Oh had a crossover movie, which unfortunately I watched
With who? And I was gonna
with
say
all the characters. They all met up. It was called like Yu-Gi-Oh like Multiverse or something. It was a bad attempt at a movie.
that sounds terrible, right? I say that.
Yeah, but it happened, right? We saw we saw Yugi play with Jaden and the 7Ds guy and the not Zexel, whatever it was before that. Arc V.
Are you watching the current Yu-Gi-Oh? I heard that this.
I heard
current,
Zexo was good. I think Zexo
Yeah,
was
I
good.
heard the same.
Um, it's just hard to watch right now because Yu-Gi-Oh is still the same, man. It's still very like I can do this on my own. No, you gotta believe in the heart of the cards. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I lost unless this card is exactly what I wanted. You know, like that's still the show. Like that's still the problem. Like you know the hero is gonna win on the last draw with 10 life points left. You know, but
Hey, have you because that Yu-Gi-Oh thing was transitioning from that. Have you watched Pokemon Origins?
yeah, of course I have.
If they would have made Pokemon like that, it'd be like if they would just continue on the Origins. I feel like it kind of cater to the point you were talking about earlier, like making the anime cater for us.
So that's I forgot about Origins, but yeah, dude, that's a prime example of somebody reading the data wrong. They put out Origins, that was for us because it was the Game Boy games, right? It was just Game Boy. It was just Pokemon Red and Blue, right? That
Right.
story.
Right.
And it was fantastic. It was like 5 episodes, 6 episodes,
I think it was.
4. It was, I don't know. It wasn't a lot of episodes,
Right.
and it was really good, and everyone liked it. I saw it posted on Facebook everywhere. It was great. It was beautiful. The world loved it. And then someone in the Pokemon Center in Japan was like, people hate this. All right, I guess we'll just give Ash a deeper voice and
Make them tan.
make him tan, you know. And I guess we'll bring back Misty or Brock. They brought back Brock.
Yeah. See, and I thought that was kind of sad, man. I thought that was sad, like because for those who like just like you said, Pokemon's kind of dying. Like no one's really watching it. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, that was a sad attempt to bring
Bring
us back.
Right.
But like Brock wasn't even like the best part of like he was just super not a good look for men.
That's just sad to think, man. Like Pokemon is nothing no more. Growing up, Pokemon was watching Pokemon.
Yeah. And it's
Dragon Ball
crazy
Z.
too. When's the last time you watched a Pokemon episode?
Man, it's been years. I couldn't tell you.
When's the last time you bought a Pokemon game?
Oh, I bought a new one each year.
Yeah, see? They're missing out, man. We will buy any Pokemon game that comes out, but we won't watch a single episode.
You know what? I wonder. I have to do my research on this now. Who's the director of Pokemon right now? And then who's the president of the company for Pokemon itself? Like who's running this? You know what I mean? Like
I'm pretty sure Pokemon has gotten so big, it's been like divided up, right? Because Pokemon is owned by Nintendo. Like that's a Nintendo thing. Pretty sure Pokemon is just. Maybe I'm wrong.
All right, because I swear Pokemon was its own thing.
I guess it's its own thing. It's a joint venture. Nope. It's the parent company is Nintendo. Nintendo owns 32%. There you go.
Because I just don't get how you have this high demand for this product and you don't capitalize on it. You know what I mean? With opening more endeavors.
Yeah, it's the same president the whole time. Ishihara.
That's terrible, man. What's his name?
Ishihara. He also worked on Earthbound, which they need to make another one of.
That's just sad to think, man. Because as a kid, you know what I mean, you were upset if you missed out on Pokemon episodes, man. Yeah. You know what I mean, the Pokerap, all that stuff.
Pokerap, dang.
You remember that?
Of course, I remember the Pokerap.
Can you imagine you break out in song and?
So what I am happy is that the Pokerap didn't turn into like some super trap.
Oh yeah, man.
So maybe I'm happy.
But you know, somebody somewhere out there, somebody's gonna get their hands on it, man.
Oh, I'm for sure that Lil Yachty is gonna try to do something like that. He's the one that's gonna do it, man. He's
him and Jane Smith.
Him and Jane. But Jane Smith wouldn't stay on topic though. He's too creative.
Hey, don't. My guy's creative, man.
Oh, he's super creative.
We don't need the quotations. We don't need air quotes.
Super creative. I don't know. Pokemon. Big miss. Any other animes you can think of? I think I'm kind of out of overrated and underrated.
I think I say let's wrap this up, man.
Yeah, I got tons of underrated, but I think they're just underrated to me. Besides UQ Holder. Like UQ Holder, you need to watch. Everyone needs to watch UQ Holder.